How's it going, everybody? One thing I wanted to discuss today is the difference between flood and water backup coverage. Now, this video is going to cover the basics. There are many more in-depth videos out there, but the goal here is to help you get your understanding of the difference between the two from 0 to 1. The first difference is going to be the cause of damage, essentially where the water comes from. Now, it's important to note too that insurance policies don't necessarily have specific flood exclusions. They have what's called water exclusions, where it specifically states, the policy, what type of water damage is covered under the forms. So think of water backup covering water damage that is due to water coming from within the property. This could be water coming from sinks, drains, showers, toilets, whatever it may be. If you live here in Michigan and you have a sump pump in your basement, that's a great example. These issues could be potentially caused by a blocked sewer line or, again, a sump pump failure. If you're here in Michigan and you have a flooded basement, many times this issue is a water backup situation. Flood insurance, which on the residential side, if you own a home, farm, condo, whatever it may be, is typically a separate policy. And flood insurance covers damage caused by the rising of water from natural sources. So this could be rivers, lakes, streams, or if there's a heavy rain, something of that nature. For commercial property policies, flood coverage will oftentimes be offered on the same policy due to there being more premium for the insurance company to work with to offset the potential costs and exposures that they're taking on. But again, on the residential side of things, you're almost always going to need a separate policy. Some insurance companies do offer a flood endorsement, but this wouldn't be nearly as extensive as a standalone flood policy. And again, most insurance companies don't even offer that endorsement to begin with. This is different from water backup, where you can typically just add this coverage on as an endorsement to either your homeowners or commercial property policy, no problem. Now, as far as the cost goes, water backup is typically much less expensive than flood coverage. The cost for flood coverage varies and depends on a few different factors, like your location, the flood risk of the area, and the coverage limits that you want for that policy. But a flood policy is almost always much more expensive than water backup coverage. The last difference is water backup coverage can be bought through the private insurance companies that you're familiar with and have worked with in the past, maybe for either your homeowner's condo or your commercial property policy. While flood policies, and on the residential side specifically, these will often need to be purchased through government programs like the National Flood Insurance Program, which is a division of FEMA. And this is especially true in high-risk flood zones, as you can imagine. So if there's anything that we can help with as far as, again, adding endorsements to your home commercial property policy for water backup coverage, or if there's any flood insurance questions that we can help with, feel free to reach out. We would love the opportunity to help.